Well, welcome to tonight's show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is From the Sidelines. And as we do it every time this week, although we've missed the last couple of weeks, we're going to talk about NRL. But gentlemen, I have a question for both of you.
Yes.
He does this all the time.
Where the hell were the two of you the last 2 weeks?
I posted my tips. I posted my tips the first
Thousands
week.
of people want to hear and see you, and yet when I go away, you...
Do they not have Facebook in Italy and Malta?
We fell over.
Of course I do, but I didn't want to be
fell over.
showing... I didn't.
You know what?
I was working hard.
Steve,
I was working my backside
He's
off.
on a 2-week junket. 6 stars, he said.
please.
Yeah, I saw 6 stars in the sky.
Steve, you are the turbo to our man.
That means I'm crippled and
we can't do it without you.
not performing. All you had to do was put your face in front of a camera.
Finished now? Finished having your wins?
Yes, I've had my
Because you
rant.
could have done it as well.
No, I couldn't do it.
Yes, you could have.
I was in Italy. Working hard, as I said.
Working hard. Hardly working.
Working my backside off.
All right.
Sort of.
Yes. Round 9.
By the way, if you ever want to go to Italy, it is a great place to go. Round 9, gentlemen. We didn't do round 8, but listen, if you want to kick in something about your team...
Anzac Day was great
That's
again.
fine.
Went to the game with Brennan. It was fantastic.
Nearly lost.
Oh, we nearly lost. I think, we threw it away. We only played bad for like 10 or 12 minutes. Other than that, we were pretty good.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's enough.
Let's go on to Thursday game against Cronulla Sharks and North Queensland.
Yeah.
Were Cronulla that good?
Yep.
Well, I got to say, I was in the air, so I didn't get to watch it. Were Cronulla that good, or were North Queensland that poor?
They're just clicking like nothing. And Nico Hines is just sensational at the moment. Absolutely sensational.
I don't understand why there's even a debate about who should be
Yep.
playing State of Origin.
Thank you, Trent Barrett, for not identifying that talent.
Oh, you've got a long memory, don't you? You really do.
Oh, how good's he going? Let's face it, if he was at one of your clubs,
Oh, yeah.
and then he's somewhere else,
He's
because your
fantastic.
coach said this bloke won't be a first grader, like really, wouldn't you be a little bit upset?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Nah, in the all seriousness department, the Sharks were
There's
just
one.
that good.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cowboys didn't do much, but the Sharks were just that good.
Yeah, they're just dominant at the moment, aren't they? And yeah, they rolled up the field time and time again, and
Yep.
Hines was everywhere. I mean,
So-
he was just in everything.
Absolutely.
He's touching the ball twice every set, most of the time.
So where's North Queensland at? Because
I don't know.
seriously, they just missed out on getting into the grand final last year,
I'd
and
just
they
like to
haven't
say,
changed
as I predicted.
what you predicted.
Well, they're not. They weren't in my 8 at the start of the year.
I think
couldn't see
they
it.
massively overachieved last year. I think that's all you can think of. I think every player in their team had a standout year.
Yeah.
It just isn't happening this year. Plus, apparently their pre-season was enormous last year, and this year it was pretty average. And coming off the World Cup, they just didn't cope with it well.
The whole team's got second year syndrome.
Maybe.
The whole team.
The whole team.
And yet there's players there who have been there for 10 years.
Second year syndrome.
All right.
Well, second year with the coach syndrome. Oh, look, we said it a few weeks ago. Like blokes like Nanai, and these young blokes have all come through. And I picked Nanai because the guy I think is an exceptional talent.
Yes.
But I don't know whether there's a little bit with these young blokes, and we can talk about it for another club that might be in maroon and white later on, that I just believe in their hype.
Yeah.
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 And so, and I think they've just believed the hype. And they had a good year, and now it's falling
And they
down
get their
around.
contract upgraded enormously, and then they don't deliver.
Yep.
Which has got to be frustrating.
They're disappointing. I
All
hate
right.
to be a Cowboys fan.
Friday night, Combank Stadium, Parramatta 43, Newcastle Knights 12.
Yeah.
Um,
I tell you what, Clint Gutherson's got to be scoring well in the Dally M's. He's having an exceptional season.
the Manly
Honestly,
Junior.
he's having an exceptional season.
Hang on, who was the best player in the first game? Oh, Nico Hines. Oh,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, from
Who's the
Manly.
best player in the second? Oh, Clint Guthersson. Right, okay, yeah, gotcha. Oh, look.
I told you need a segment saying players we let go.
Oh, I don't know. I was going to say there's a rival page to us that's doing the team that got away, and
But-
I can't
yes,
wait for
I
him to
know.
get the Manly one.
But you've got to admit, Guther's having a brilliant season.
Oh, yeah,
He really is.
Look,
you know.
this
Yeah,
is
but mind you, he actually puts effort into his page. But go on.
yeah, that's true. This game is one of the ones where you say, were Parramatta that good or were the Knights that bad? Because let me tell you, I mean, I know Gutherson was good.
Moses
was good.
Yep.
Their forward packs was dominant across the park. Sean Russell just comes in and just blows them away. But the Knights were really bad.
From what I saw, the Knights were bad.
And Ponga had a
Ponga had a
pretty
shocker.
forgettable game in defence.
They were terrible.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. And then Adam O'Brien's come out this week and said, "Oh, it's not like we've been bad all year." And I'm going, "Well, yeah, you have."
Oh, look,
they've
I think
had
they've
some-
come back.
They've
they-
had
they-
patches.
They've been competitive.
They're
in
coming back to
patches.
where they've been the last couple of seasons.
They've had
unfortunately.
patches of good.
Yeah.
But wow, yeah.
But yeah, the Eels looked sleek. There's no doubt about that. They looked sleek.
Yeah.
Brian, do you want to say anything about the Eels?
I said I highlighted some of their players that were good. Don't make me do it again.
Which ones?
Clint Gutherson.
You listening, Steve Catchy?
Steve.
Janelle?
Which ones were good? Just Gutherson.
Gutherson was good.
And
Moses was good.
yeah.
Moses was good.
Oh, it hurts him to say
Well,
that.
it does hurt me to say it.
All right, let's go on to Suncorp Stadium, where South Sydney Rabbitohs 32 beat the Broncos 16.
Yeah, I couldn't see this scoreline coming. I expected the Rabbitohs to win.
It was 12-6 at half-time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I was expecting until the second half.
Yeah, the Broncos are off. I'm not sure what's up with them. I mean, that's not taking anything away from the Rabbitohs. I thought they were exceptional.
They were.
But the Broncos, yeah, there's something not right, and that's why I don't think they can win the premiership ultimately. I just don't think.
Well,
they're
the Broncos are
consistent
great when you allow them to play their game, but when you do put pressure on them, like Canberra did the week before,
enough. Yep.
you
Yep.
struggle.
Well,
Go on, and I'm waiting for one of you two to come out and have a
What?
shot at them.
No. I just want to say this. The Broncos came down round 1 and beat Penrith.
Yep.
And Penrith, I don't mean to say, I'm not saying this with any slight on Penrith at all because I still think they're the team to beat, have been a bit average. Then let's face it, they beat the Cowboys, who are going like bustards, the Dragons, who have done nothing.
Yep.
They beat the Dolphins, a first-year team. They beat the Tigers.
Yep.
And then they've come up against the Raiders, who are a potential top 8 team or were last year, and lost. Oh, then they beat the Titans,
They led in 26 points.
who were going average. They did beat the Eels. Like, every time they come up against a good team,
Yeah.
they're actually struggling.
Yes, I agree. And if you compare the first 8 weeks or 9 weeks of the Rabbitohs and the first 9 weeks of
Chalk
the
and cheese.
Broncos,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've had one what you can call an easy game, which was the Dogs. The rest of it, it's all been top 4 sides.
Yeah. No, I
And
completely
Penrith
agree.
twice, and it'll be Melbourne twice after this weekend.
Yeah.
Campbell Graham is in
Campbell
exceptional
Graham.
form.
If Campbell Graham does not get picked for State of Origin,
goodness.
there's a
Something wrong
mistake.
there.
And
Hang on.
I'm sorry, but Turbo can't be.
Can I just say, I've had Campbell Graham in my Origin team for the last 3 years. I don't understand why he's not there.
Yeah.
Full stop. Full stop.
That try that Cody scored, where Campbell Graham took the ball and passed it back to him. That was an exceptional play.
Yes. it was.
And look, I watched some replays today with Latrell in our team, and realised how much we missed him. And he was exceptional in that game.
Yep.
And, he's playing. He's actually putting in, and you're reaping the rewards.
The last couple of weeks he has, yes.
Yeah.
So do you two want to give me a hard time about the 15 seconds of extra play being on the
Yeah, how
field?
come you didn't lose your 2 points like other teams?
Because very few teams have actually done it. Manly did it a few years ago and they didn't lose points. About 3 or 4
Yeah.
teams. It's only been since Canterbury did it in 2008. They were the last team to lose points. That hasn't happened since.
No. I mean, if the game was in the balance,
Yeah, at the time it happened, it was 22-6,
yeah,
and no
I-
one scored.
I didn't think anything of it, to be honest.
I don't understand how it happens though. There was a situation, I think, even last year. I remember us talking about it, where it's supposed to be the field manager or the interchange person's. You've got to swap cards.
Yeah.
So how does he take a card off someone without watching that someone's come off?
Yeah.
That 15 seconds could have been significant. I mean, yes, 26 points could have happened in that 15
Well,
seconds.
I would like to think South could score 26 points in 15 seconds, but I don't think so.
I would never like to think that. Yeah.
All right, let's go on.
Campbell Graham to Manly.
All right, leave Campbell Graham alone. And Jack Whiten, what a great purchase for us.
Oh, there's got to be an investigation.
I forgot to bring my hat because I was actually going to officially pass over my sombrero to Stephen.
Oh, my goodness.
Excuse me.
What an absolute joke that is.
Excuse me. South didn't buy... They lost 4 players last year, didn't buy one.
I hear roosters calling. Oh, my goodness. No, what a joke. Seriously. No. Seriously. No. Right.
And the salary cap's going up.
So
we can afford it.
There is. Excuse me. You've got to register your contract for a certain amount of dollars, and let me just tell you, Souths just go, oh, we're just going to give him less, and he's going to come and play for us.
I've heard 3
joke.
Figures. I've heard 700, 800, 900.
Yeah, 3 years in a row.
No,
going to get 700, then 800, then 900.
No, for the first year, and no one knows what they're talking about except Blake Solly. And listen to him.
Fair income.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Jealousy is a curse.
Can I just say one thing though? In South's defence, believe this or not, in South's defence, Jack Whiten, if he wanted to stay at the Raiders, would have stayed.
Oh no!
They offered him more money and a longer contract. He could have stayed at the Raiders.
Well, he could have gone to the Dolphins and got more money.
So it's not a. So I'll say this: you don't just change clubs if you're happy where you are.
No. I'm going to tell you off screen, but I have a feeling about that, and I don't think I'll share it with everybody.
Let's go.
Okay, McDonald's Park, where Canberra Raiders 31 beat the Dolphins 30, and
Wayne's
blowing up because of a knock-on.
Yeah.
Well, in all fairness, it should have been
4 million knock-ons and forward passes a game.
Well, not 4 million, but okay.
Fair income, it was a big one.
But last week the Dolphins were down 26 points against the Titans and scored 28 unanswered points, or something like that. Anyway.
Yep.
The Dolphins have got incredible resilience. They were down, 18-6, 18-0 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they still managed to get close enough to nearly win the game. For a team that nobody thought would do any good. So if they stop giving
away massive leads, they'll actually be doing a lot better.
Yeah. But they're incredibly resilient, and they've really... I think they've defied all the odds, really.
Yeah, they just play to their strengths.
I think most people probably thought they were going to come last and not win a game this year.
Not last. I thought they were going to finish 10th, 12th, 13th, which they might still because they're dropping.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make the top 8. But you know what? For a team like them, who had no marquee players,
I think that's the difference.
If
they had picked up
Munster
or someone,
or someone like that, Ponga, then they would be winning those 31-30 games.
True. All right, let's go on to the match of the round at 4 Pines Park. Brian, please. Gold Coast Titans 26 against the Manly Seagulls 10. And I'm not sure I could name one player. No, I could name one player, and it's probably Jake, who actually put an effort in and looked like he wanted to be there.
No, I think you can name a couple. I think Bullymore had a good game. Mm-hmm. There's 2.
Yeah, okay. And probably even Cherry Evans looked like he was...
Cherry just had I know there are a big bunch of support, like Manly fans eat their own, I tell you.
Oh
my goodness. What a brutal bunch of players of people they are. Yeah. Look, it was terrible. The week before, and I know that one of our regular listeners, Sally, didn't like it very much, but Manly played the Storm and they came out. It was brutal. It was a
tough game.
It was early 90s. Let's smash the living daylights out of everyone. Brutal defense. And so I'm thinking, excellent. This is the start of what's going to happen.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah, 26-10 is not a good score.
I got
and
nothing.
Brimson went early. With the hamstring?
Oh, yeah, imagine having... But Jaden Campbell comes on.
Yeah.
Do you remember earlier in the year, South and Manly played? And it was a brutal game as well.
Yes.
They both came out and they smashed each other. And the week after...
Oh, we got smashed by Penrith.
And I think South got beaten as well. And it just looked like it took too much out of them. Let me just have a look.
Yeah, no, I think...
Melbourne beat us.
Yeah.
And I think it does. I think if you have that really tough, it just kills you for the week after.
I don't care. I want the thing with these teams. So the difference between the top teams and the bottom teams is there is no difference between their best and their worst.
Yes.
That's really what you're after.
Yeah.
Manly at their best, I think, can knock over anyone. The problem is their worst. They nearly lost to the Tigers.
Yes, that's true.
My
That's true.
goodness. And then they lose to the Titans. They're games that they should come out
Although-
and win by plenty.
Although, you know what? Maybe you should feel better about that because you nearly lost to the Tigers where the Panthers did.
Well, yeah. Look, do you know what?
We're looking at the bright side
Can
of
I
it.
just say, this was a stinker of a game, right?
It was.
Let's talk about the next game then.
Well, before we do that, I want to know, you're talking about the supporters eating their own.
Yeah.
How many of them are now saying they should have kept Foreign and not kept Schuster?
Oh, they've been saying that since day one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's nothing new. Like, and it's funny because the reception that good players get at Brookvale from the opposition team is very negative.
Yeah.
Kieran Foran does not get any negative.
No. And in
Well-
fact, he played on one leg the other night
look,
and was the
and-
best
that was
player on the...
exceptional.
You know,
Yeah.
He was the best player on the field.
yeah, on one leg.
On one leg, yeah.
Yeah.
Which doesn't say much for the Titans either because they
No,
weren't
it
good.
doesn't. No, it
What a
was
stinker of a
You're right.
game.
It was a stinker of a game.
Yeah.
Let's go on to another game where the Tigers 12 beat the Panthers 8.
Can you believe this? I mean, that was... I only saw the last 15 minutes, I think.
Right.
But it was amazing.
Oh, look,
I
and
could not believe when I
the
saw the
weather
score.
conditions were appalling.
Oh, yeah.
But they were both playing in the same weather conditions. And I kept thinking towards the end of the game, such a shame that Penrith are going to probably pinch this at the end.
Yeah.
And they almost did.
Yep.
Cleary makes a break and drops it 6 inches from the...
But that
he
was
gets
good defence.
And it was a great
good
tackle.
defence, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah.
Like, and even those big mouth Panthers supporters that float around our page are going, I got nothing.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Mitch Butler or whatever his
Yeah,
name
yeah,
is.
you got nothing, Mitch.
Yeah.
We won't be nasty to you.
I will. I'll be nasty as I want to be, Mitchy
And
Mitchy.
look, and Brooks had a really good game.
Did he?
For a change? I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
he had a good game.
No,
He
he
led,
had a
he
really
led them
good
around.
game.
Led them around.
Yeah.
240-20s. I mean, he kicked them into the corners.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was good.
I mean, Penrith looked like they played like they thought they were just going to win it easy anyway. There
Yeah,
wasn't a lot of
well,
intensity about what they were doing.
But that being said, they were talking about resting Nathan Cleary and like they've got some. Throughout the week, there was a lot of media report that there were players with niggling injuries and that they could be rested, and they didn't, and they paid the price because even against, and I say this with respect, even against the Tigers, you still need to put your A game on because this is a very even competition.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, how do you feel about Scott Sattler going to... Scott Fulton going to Tigers?
Look, me personally, I think that the Manly club has made an error with that
Letting him
decision.
go.
Well, they let him go. They let him go 12 months ago, so it's not like it's a new thing. But you know, he's the guy. He's the guy who's brought in all these, these young blokes, Olakwatu, Josh Schuster, the two young fellas that went to St George. He's got a real eye for talent.
Yes.
But the fact that they let him go is frustrating. But I know that the club wanted to clean up with the new CEO. The fact that he's gone to the Tigers and they didn't bother to tell their coaching director or
No,
coach.
and Tim Sheens is apparently upset about it.
I don't get that. Like, how hard is it? Hey, Sheensy, look,
Yeah.
we've added another recruitment guy to your team. It's
Yeah.
Scott Fulton, mate.
Yeah.
You know, if you're after Schuster, we got him in.
Didn't Scott Fulton used to play for the Tigers?
No, Manly.
No.
Yeah.
Did he
No,
bring
no, no.
Aaron Woods
No,
over?
there's
yeah,
another
yeah.
one.
Did he bring Aaron Woods over? Because
No, because he hasn't been
Was it
involved.
swap?
He hasn't been in the club for a while.
Okay.
No, there's a Fulton that used to play. I'm sure there's a Fulton that used to play for the Tigers.
Well,
Please.
there's Liam Fulton.
Oh, maybe that's
Yeah,
something.
that was
he
it. Oh,
wasn't-
yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't
He
a
wasn't a relation. Though.
He's not a relation.
He wasn't a relation to the immortal.
No, through the intercept pass, that famous intercept pass.
All right, Mount Smart Stadium, where the Sydney Roosters 14 beat the Warriors 0, and
I loved this game.
well, this was a very wet game as well.
Oh yeah,
You love
because
this game?
well,
Because they won.
as a
I'll let
partisan.
it
No,
fly.
as a partisan supporter, because I looked at the weather and I thought this could be ugly because we don't hold the ball very well.
Yeah.
We held the ball really well for 80 minutes. Both teams defended incredibly well. We just took our two opportunities. I was really thrilled to see the defence from my team. Against a Warriors team, yeah, they were down Tohu Harris, they were down Nickel Klokstad, but they had Dallin in the fullback. He played really well. I was really heartened to see this performance by this team. Yeah, look, the attack's not great, but to defend and get a 0 away in those kind of conditions, they played to the conditions brilliantly, and that gave me a real heart. I loved the game.
Can we talk about Victor Radley for a moment?
Excuse me. No sin bin
Oh,
this week.
I was going to say
This week.
I was
And
going
you
to say
can't talk. Who are the most sin bin players in that current game? Radley and Latrell. You can't talk. You got nothing.
No, I'm going to say I think he's now being unjustifiably sent to the bin.
Yeah, I thought that last one at
On Anzac Day.
At Anzac Day wasn't
That was pretty
justified.
rough.
Yeah.
Look, I've got something to say later on. It's okay. I'll keep my opinion to myself at the
Keep
moment.
your powder dry.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, I
I can see how you would think it's dour and uninteresting. I don't think it was a great quality game, but from my team's perspective, to hold them out to 0 for 80 minutes in the wet, I thought was terrific because I needed to see this kind of performance in my team all season. This is, I think, their best performance of this season.
Dull as game.
Who cares? They won.
Yeah,
They
that's
kept
right.
the other team to 0.
I'll take the win.
You take the win.
I'll take a win.
And we went from 10th position on the ladder to 5th position on the ladder.
I would have taken a 21-20 win. I would have taken a 51-50 win.
but you know what? I'm actually going to be critical of you now, Brian, because if you think this next game was an exceptional game,
I loved
then
it.
you've got a real problem.
No.
Seriously.
No, seriously.
It was sloppy.
The game was, Steve, announce the game.
Win Stadium,
Yep.
Dogs 18, Dragons 16. And you know what? If the Dragons had someone who could kick a goal, they would have won it easy.
Yeah, but they didn't.
It was terrible.
I
I'd take it back. It wasn't terrible. It was just.
I loved it. It was side to side, end to end. Yeah, you're right. The finishing was terrible.
It was side to end to end because they kept dropping the ball or they kept running.
No. Excuse me.
I think the reason why you loved it is because you came with very, very low expectations like everybody.
Well, perhaps.
And they overachieved.
Perhaps. I don't know whether.
Braden
I'd say
Burns
that.
played that game 67 minutes with a busted knee.
Yeah.
And
now-
did some exceptional things.
And now he's been dropped.
And he did some
Well,
exceptional
because he's got a
things.
busted MCL. He can't play.
He
was
played that game.
He was exceptional. And Avarillo, man, he got some speed. I didn't realise he had speed.
What? I'm just looking at the stats from the game.
73% for the Dogs, 83% for the Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
It was
That's a little bit
50-50
low.
possession.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Yeah.
46 missed tackles from the.
Yeah,
from
I
the
don't
Dogs.
believe the missed tackle stats.
No, I know
worry
you
about
don't. But 46 and 21, 13 errors by the Dogs, 8 errors by the Dragons,
And a sin bin. And a dog sin bin.
and a dog sin bin.
What'd you think of that?
I'm trying to remember.
that.
It.
No,
That was the hip drop, wasn't it? That wasn't a hip drop.
Yeah, the hip drop that wasn't a hip drop.
actually, if it's one I'm thinking of, I thought it was a hip drop.
Yeah,
When you lift your feet, let's be clear. When you're holding a player down and you lift your feet off the ground, it's a hip drop.
wasn't
If you're
your classic
dragged
hip drop,
behind,
though.
it's not.
It wasn't your classic hip drop.
No,
Well, I don't know what a classic is. No one seems to be wanting to make a.
it's when your studs leave the ground. If you
Okay,
can
I'll
see
accept
the
that.
studs, then
Well,
it is a
no,
hip
because
drop
if you're
tackle.
being dragged behind someone,
No,
you're
it
going to
doesn't
see your
matter.
studs.
No, it doesn't matter. That's what they tell you. That's
that's
what they've come
wrong.
out and said.
This goes shows nobody knows what a hip drop is.
No, and Melbourne had the bye.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
I liked the game anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I'm
look,
glad you
I
did.
enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean, there
entertaining.
was two teams who were in the bottom of the ladder, and I thought, oh, well, this is actually
You know
quite
what?
entertaining.
You know what? Probably because it was a dry weather game.
Yeah.
The score was close and it was dry
There hasn't
weather.
been too many of those lately, has there?
And I tell you what, it could also be the fact that I was sitting there. I think I had bad jet lag, and I think I lasted about 10 minutes and I fell asleep.
I thought it was okay.
And I kept waking up through it, but it kept going back to sleep. No, I didn't. Anyway. All right, ladder, gentlemen.
Yep. Broncos first, still on 14 points. Sharks on 12. Rabbitohs on
isn't
12.
it his
Storm
turn?
on 12. Roosters on 12.
No, I didn't do it.
Then my mighty Seagulls have fallen from second to sixth.
Well, we
on
went from
11
10th
points.
to
You were
fifth.
lucky they didn't fall further.
And then we have a plethora of teams on 10. Panthers, Warriors, Dolphins, Titans, Raiders. Eels and Bulldogs on 8, Knights on 7, and then we have the Dragons and the Cowboys on 6, and the Tigers on a lowly 4 points.
But with a win.
Point of contention. The West Tigers and the Dragons play each other, and if the Tigers get up by a reasonable score, Dragons are stone motherless. They'll be last. Anyway,
Well, they'd have to win by 50
Yeah,
points.
win by 50, yeah.
Have to win by 50.
Yeah.
well, no, because it's only have to win by 25 or 20.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. And I don't think that's beyond the realms of possibility, just let me tell you. Unfortunately, I'll keep picking the Dragons, but I can't see them winning.
So have you got a question with that notice now?
Oh, yeah.
You would talk about some stuff?
Yeah, Brian has a few things he wants,
Okay.
a bit of rubbish he wants to bring up.
No.
No, that's not nice.
It is
No,
not.
no,
You don't even know what it is.
I want to know.
You prejudge
do
things.
you
You're
really
judge-
have to know?
You're prejudging.
I want to know what your thoughts are.
What happened? You got on his side while I've been away.
No. I want to know what your thoughts are,
Okay.
particularly you, Steve, on the Josh Reynolds incident. So at halftime in the Dragons Bulldogs game, just
Yes.
refresh those people that weren't watching. The referee called over the captain.
Yep.
Called over Josh Reynolds. It says
Yep.
if he speaks to me again like that,
Yep. I would have sent him to the bin straight away. I wouldn't
what
have.
for saying
Yes. Yep. BS.
But you know,
Just
no,
be
no,
as
no,
pretty
no,
mild
no.
swearing,
Don't
considering
confuse,
some of the stuff that goes
don't
on.
confuse the word with the
The
aggression
intent.
Agree.
in it.
Agree.
That's the difference.
So-
if he just said it in a different tone,
See Grant Ankin's face?
yeah.
So let me just ask you. So there are a number of commentators on other platforms that are saying that shows that Atkins had no control over the game, no control over his emotions, and he could make an emotional decision that could affect the outcome of a game at any point.
Well, I
What are your
think
thoughts
that
on
is
that?
rubbish because guess what Josh Reynolds didn't do in the second half? He
Very
didn't
true.
rush at the ref. He
Yep.
didn't abuse him. He didn't say anything. He
Yep.
was told, you do anything like that, I'm going to send you to the
He
bin."
wasn't the captain anyway, was he?
He's not the captain
No.
anyway.
So he
So
didn't
guess
deserve to
what?
be there.
It didn't happen. So I disagree. I think he actually took control. I think there's more refs who should be saying, get out of my face now.
You know, if we were to go back to the 80s, 90s,
Greg Hartley.
there's one person who approaches the ref,
Yeah.
the captain.
Yeah.
You talk to the ref and you are binned.
Yep.
Yep.
We want to go back to that.
Greg Hartley would never have put up with that either.
I don't think
Bill
Bill Harrigan
Harrigan.
would have.
Or Bill Harrigan.
Bill had a different relationship with players, though. He was
See,
like,
I
maybe.
think this is rubbish about, refs have to know the first names of players and all that sort of stuff.
Call them by their number.
Call them by their number and tell
Except
them
for
to nick
captain,
off when
yeah.
you have
Bill
to.
did say he would bin Cam Smith repeatedly until he stopped doing what he was doing.
Oh, I agree.
Sorry, if that's not what you wanted to hear, but that's the way I
No. Well, I agree with you. Which is surprising. Steve.
Yes.
This
Why
is-
am I getting picked on?
Well, I'm going to ask you this because I don't care what Tom has to say. All right.
Okay.
Las Vegas.
Why are you here?
Las Vegas.
Yes.
There's talk next year of a Las Vegas kickoff.
Yeah.
Souths and Manly versus. Who would you like to see Souths play in front of a packed USA stadium?
I like the idea of playing Manly.
No. We're gonna.
But
We're
it
both
can't be
playing.
Manly.
Yeah, and that we're playing other teams. Yeah.
Oh, it has to be Rabbitohs Roosters, surely.
No, why should we give you the guys that option?
Absolutely, it should be Rabbitohs Roosters. The biggest rivalry on the planet.
No. Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything over there.
I know.
The biggest rivalry in the planet
Yeah,
should
but
stay here.
you're trying to sell the
Yeah,
rivalry
but,
of the
but
game.
you can't sell it over there because
Well,
no one's going to
It'll be
turn
the
up and
two best
understand
teams
it.
anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't actually want us to go.
Right. No, because I don't want my team to go either.
No,
I think it's disruptive.
because you know
I was
what?
going to ask if
It
we
is.
three are going.
Yeah. Hey, actually, Steve, got another work junk at Las Vegas.
Well, Utah's not
Early
that
next
far
year.
away.
Actually,
Utah's not that far away.
Utah's only a few hours. That's right. No. I don't want us to go because I don't think it sets you up well
for the rest of the season.
for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
It's one thing to play it here, but to take a team over there,
Yep.
jet lag, all that
Sure.
sort of stuff, it's got to happen 2 weeks before the start of the season.
No, it's apparently it's round one.
I think they should
Well,
have...
it'll be round 0.
You know what? I've got a better
That'll be
idea.
round one.
Let's have a magic round there, over there.
Oh,
Goodness.
Magic
be
Round shouldn't
great.
even be here, let alone up
All
there.
right. Just recently, Steve.
Yes,
Tom.
keep going.
No, Tom. Tom, I'll ask you this one because you are not a rugby league purist.
Okay, move it on.
okay.
We're running out of time.
Growing up in Melbourne.
We're running out of time.
No,
Move
no,
it
no.
on.
I want to know. So there's been a couple of penalties lately, Tom.
Yes.
Where the kicker has been
Shoved.
touched
Yep.
and penalties given.
Yep.
Thoughts? Do you have any input on that, Tom?
Oh, yeah, I
Tom?
think the last couple of penalties have been soft.
Okay.
Absolutely soft.
Absolutely soft.
Yep.
But you grew up watching AFL. That's soft.
That's why I think
That's what
He set me up for that, didn't he? Absolutely set me up.
did. Yeah.
Luke Keary got a penalty.
Yep.
And he basically the tackle wasn't complete.
It's a joke.
It was a joke.
If you're going to
It was a
start
joke.
penalising for
Oh,
that,
yeah.
I thought that was really soft.
then just penalise every time.
Yeah, don't touch the kickers. Yeah.
No, don't touch it. But then the kicker must kick.
Yeah.
If that's the deal,
Yep.
then the kicker must kick. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to then run.
Hey, we've been through this before. My thoughts are, if they don't want to get hit, stand 10 metres further back.
I'm fine if it's late. You should penalise, but
Right.
none of those routes have really
I'll
worked.
leave the rest of my stuff alone. All right.
Suncorp Stadium Magic Round.
Before we
Two-
start, can I
okay.
just say the condition of Suncorp Stadium
not gonna
turf
last.
was awful last week with one game.
Yep.
We play the 7th game of the round.
You know,
I am really worried.
Can I just say?
I'm really
Can I
worried.
just say they keep talking Suncorp up? And now I've not been there, and I don't care because I'm not a two-headed Queenslander. But it was terrible last year, and it was terrible the year before.
I've been there
Yeah.
for one game, and it wasn't bad.
It had,
From a spectator point
Well,
of view.
it was awful.
yeah,
They're
from a
gonna have to do some
spectator
work
point
on
of
it.
view, but it was a giant sandpit last year.
All right, let's move on.
So I'm worried about that.
Suncorp Stadium. Might as well say they're all Suncorp. Dogs and Raiders.
Raiders showing some form.
Raiders.
I think Raiders too. I think they've probably made a pact to do what they can for Jack Whiten.
Why? Because he wants to stay at the club so badly.
No, because they don't want to see Ricky cry again.
Nobody wants to see Ricky cry.
Raiders.
Yes.
Okay, Raiders for me. Eagles and Broncos.
Oh, Tom's back.
I'm sorry, Tom wasn't good before he went.
Yes, he was. He beat Melbourne on his own with one leg.
Broncos away at home, I think we'll win.
Oh, I think Manly will win this one and win it well.
But you always think that.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
You can't pay
My
attention
only
to
my
that.
only concern is that Jake's out.
Yeah.
So the only
It's
player
big.
who's putting in.
It's big.
No, Tom's back.
Okay, Broncos for me.
Yep.
Losers.
Warriors and Panthers on Saturday afternoon.
I think this will be closer than it seems, but I think it'll be the Panthers.
I'm going an upset.
You going Warriors?
Yeah. I am not convinced of the Panthers' form, and I think the Warriors with Clockstack back, and I think Dylan Walker an extra game at 5'8". I'm actually leaning towards the Warriors.
You know, I've been tipping teams that I think we're going to win, and when I watch the games, I've been backing the other team
Hey,
after time. So I'd be probably
I'm
backing
doing
the
well
Warriors.
tipping at the moment.
Yeah, you had a perfect round, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I tipped it 2 weeks before I went away, and that's what I should do often. Look, I don't think Penrith can lose 3 in a row, and
Oh, Fisher Harris is back.
yeah,
Oh.
I'm going
Big
Warriors.
difference, I think.
Yeah, but Tohu Harris is
You're not
also
going
back.
to Warriors. You're going Panthers.
No, sorry, I'm going Panthers. Yes.
No, so Tohu Harris,
Is
Clockstack, they're all back, and you're still going to...
Tohu Harris back. He had a knee injury.
Penrith won't lose 3 in a row. I'm telling you now.
Okay.
Sharks and Dolphins.
Sharks.
Easy.
I don't think it's going to be easy at all.
I do.
I don't think so.
Continue on.
I'll go Sharks, but I don't think it's going to be easy. Bunnies and Storm.
No, it's a good game, this one.
Bunnies.
Storm.
Bunnies.
Storm.
Bunnies.
Storm.
Sally. Actually, Sally, can you pick the Storm, please? Because usually when you pick against them, they win. So
Storm. You know. Was it what up to? It's round 9. 8 out of 9 teams coming off the bye have won.
well, then it'll be
Hang on.
9 out of 10.
Hang on. This
No,
is
hang on.
yeah.
8
8 out of 9.
Eight
Yeah.
out of 10. I'm going to Rabbitohs by a small margin.
It'll be close.
No, I'm going a comfortable win to the Storm.
Ooh, he's a hater.
He's a hater.
I am.
Tigers and St George.
I give the Tigers a real chance in this game.
The confidence is up.
Yeah.
Before you answer, Brian, Barry thinks you're the good guy of the group.
Well, I'll tell you what the good thing is
Look
that
at him and tell him what you're going to do.
they've dropped Zach Lomax.
Zach
Lomax.
Lomax.
Yeah.
And I think that was
no kicker. Well, no
I
kicker.
think that was a gutsy thing to do.
But
And-
they sacked him because he missed a few kicks. Why
No,
not
they
just change
sacked,
kicker?
him because he's underperforming. And I think that will send a rocket to the rest of the Dragons players, and the Dragons will win this game.
And rumour is Ben Hunt goes to Raiders next
Yeah,
year.
the rumours Kyle Flanagan's going to Manly too. Apparently that was a done deal and no one knows about it except for Buzz Rothfield.
You're so looking forward to that, don't you?
All right, so you're going Tigers?
Oh, no, I'm going Dragons.
You're going Dragons?
Tigers.
I'm on the fence, I've got to say. I'm leaning to Dragons at the moment, but I may change it.
Yep.
Okay, Roosters in North Queensland.
Oh, North Queensland have bounced back for sure.
Yeah, look, I kind of hope it thunders because Cowboys are really dry with it.
Hopefully it rains, yeah.
But look, I think the Roosters can win the game.
Yes.
Oh, you know what concerns me about that Roosters team? And like, there's
I hope it doesn't concern you for long.
Yeah, it will. Sam Walker. So
He's not playing. Doesn't matter.
You guys win a comp with Kyle Flanagan and get rid of him for Sam
We
Walker.
don't win a comp with Kyle Flanagan.
Didn't you win a comp with
No.
Kyle Flanagan? Close enough.
Cooper Cronk,
Grand
the player
finals.
they paid $200,000 for.
But, yeah, in a brown paper bag.
Brown paper bag.
This week, all right, you've lost a centre.
Yep.
You don't bring Walker back in.
No, they're going to
You-
put
you
Billy
put-
Smith. Is Billy Smith on
You
the
put
list?
you put Drew Hutchinson in the centres.
Yeah.
See,
You
I
guys-
would
you
have put Billy Smith
I-
in there.
let-
You guys are going to get punished.
Let me say now
Punished for that.
Sam Walker will not play first grade again unless there's massive injuries. He
I
won't.
agree.
No,
I think.
There's no way you're going to take
they've
Manu.
done this.
Yeah. There's
Well,
no
it all
way you're gonna
depends
take
on whether
Manu.
Sam learns his lessons.
You're not going to take Manu out of 5'8". It
He's
doesn't
not,
matter.
he's not setting the world on fire
No.
at 5'8".
Hey, at least
He's
you're
playing
winning.
okay, but that isn't necessarily because
Yeah,
of
but
him.
they can pay him 5'8" money at 5'8". They can't pay him 5'8" money playing in the centres.
Gold Coast Titans and the Parramatta Eels.
Oh, come on, Gold Coast, get up again.
You weren't tipping them last week.
No, it wasn't.
Parramatta will win that one.
Nah, they won't. Parramatta can't have 2 good games in a row.
And the Knights have a bye.
Okay. Very quickly before we end it, does someone want to talk about the footy tips or?
Yeah,
Hey, I won.
Who cares?
I beat the leader in the
Supercoach.
Supercoach.
My
Yeah,
goodness.
I've given up.
Let me just tell you, Supercoach. Here I am flying along, no problems at all. And then I play Sally, whose team is loaded with Storm players, and they come out and had a wow of a game, and I lost. Then, the next week, I play Steve, who is loaded with Parramatta players who come out and have a wow of a game.
But hang on, Sally only picked half her team anyway.
No, she put them all in. She had a full team, and they're all Storm, and they all won.
Well done, Sally. Okay, Keenaz first with Bradley. Hey, SS Rabbitohs second. Wow. I didn't hear you guys applauding me. St. Mick and Caesar on 92 points and Mick Roosters on 90. You guys are all way down the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, anything intelligent one the show with?
Go Manly. In Tom we trust.
See, he falls into that every
In Tom
time.
we trust.
Yes.
Tom, anything?
Curators of the Suncorp Stadium, please do your job.
Oh, I hope they mess it up and there's a million injuries.
For who?
Whoever plays on the Sunday.
I think, aren't you playing on Sunday?
No, they're playing second game or something, a third game or something.
Oh, yeah. We get it while it's still good.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. This is From the Sidelines with Tom Brown and Steve, and we will do it all again next week. Enjoy Magic Round, and we'll speak to you soon. And don't forget, download our podcast if you, what am I putting it on? Spotify.
Yes.
Download the podcast on Spotify or watch us on YouTube.
YouTube.
or Facebook.
Yep.
Thank you very much. See you all
See
later.
ya.
Bye-bye.